Okay, good morning. Good morning. This is Kula Dula from Option Scalps. Let's get right into it. I've got my eyes on a couple different things here. Kind of watching SPY this morning. It is finding a bounce off of this base that we created here near that 540. I talked about it in our Discord that 540 is virtually going to be the floor. Our swing indicator is getting close to the buy. It hasn't quite hit there yet. I'm kind of looking for that 532 area to be hit. It's going to likely come and test. Now let's go look to this chart right here. Likely look for it to come and test this 532 area down here. I think it's going to be probable, but doesn't surprise me that we see some type of bounce. I would look for the high of today to run into this breakdown here at 546, I believe it is. So watch for today's. Let's look at this in a higher chart. So 547.10, potential high of the day today. Keep an eye on that level. But there are some areas where you need to be looking at, specifically at 545.47, which is right here. But I wouldn't look to go with any upside unless you see some type of confirmation. So keep an eye on something where maybe when we open, we run back down. Look for that type of confirmation bounce, and then look for that to maybe look to run there. So Spies definitely got some potential rotation to it, where we can turn into more of like maybe a second wave type of look, where maybe we go and retest up in this range before falling. But obviously, 540, or excuse me, 550 is going to be an area where we need to watch for this to be retested. I think 555 would be your next one, and at that point, you got to really be careful. Make sure that there's no rug pulls. But there are some things that are indicating that it may be a potential little pullback for a move up. But if we take a look at our Mag 7 chart, will we get to my target down here at 17, about 1700, 710, and see if this thing wants to make that move finally up? I was telling everybody, fade this little run out of here, and we faded it, and that was a great little move. Now, will we see this thing maybe consolidate and maybe drop down a little one more time? I think that's probably likely. I think that's where my scenario 532 comes from. Watch for maybe some type of just chop for maybe Monday and Tuesday, and then look for that to maybe rise out of there. Or excuse me, Monday or Tuesday, and then we could see a potential drop from that point. Let's go to Tesla real quick. Tesla was a hell of a drop. A hell of a drop. You know, I talked on my last pre-market that this was something that you needed to be monitoring and see if this thing would to be fading. Right? I said that the short would be juicy, and we were short on this on Thursday. However, we punched out of our short right around this 228 area, and then we had I think a couple members hold the short, and they got a good chunk of this move down before they ended up exiting. I think they got in out around that 217 area, but still, we were looking for 210, we were looking for 209 to be swept there on our private indicator here, and I do think that Tesla is more than likely to find its way to retest one of these trends. So maybe it comes and retests into this 220 area. That's my thing today is make sure it doesn't drop below 210.35. If it does, your targets are going to be anywhere between 209 and 202, and then if it does find itself bouncing, or maybe it opens around this 216 area, watch for the confirmation around that 214 215 area for a bounce back at 220. And getting over 220 is going to be a pretty big deal, I think, today. I don't think it'll have the full power. People will be scared after a drop like they saw on Friday. So I think that you got to watch out for that. And we're going to see this has potential to keep sliding. Okay. Um, I have I had this retesting into that 202 or excuse me that 209 to 206 area, but I didn't really have this thing potentially just straight dropping into below sub 200. I said it is. We were looking at potentially selling cash secured puts at 192 around this range here, looking for a month out and see. But it is something where we're capable of executing on those contracts too. So no, don't. It's not financial advice. Let's just put it that way. Okay, and then let's look at NVDA real quick. Let's see if my chat's working. How will wholesale inventory affect? So wholesale inventory is a big deal. Um, we've got. Let's look real quick. Wholesale inventories does give you insight on I was looking to see when it's printing. 57 minutes. So that's 30 minutes after the open. You do need to kind of look at that. And then we have 3-month Treasury auctions and 6-month Treasury auctions at 10:30. That's Central Standard Time. So 11:30 Eastern, 11:30 market time. You need to be very cautious of another big move. So, or at least a potential reversal from where we're at. So keep an eye on those times today. That's going to be at 9 o'clock Central, and that is going to be at 10:30 Central. Both of those are a time where you need to be cautious. If it's especially if it's over, maybe you're overextended. You really need to be cautious on your trades on that around those times. So best to lock up any profits before those moves, and then maybe chase afterwards. But all right. Wholesale inventories. I don't remember if I got into the full thing there, but virtually gives us insight on like what they would kind of consider GDP. How are these companies looking at the future? Are they pulling back? Do their analysts expect to have a soft quarter? So that's where wholesale inventories comes in. It's not a huge deal, but it is definitely something where you got to be watching. We also have total vehicle sales. This will help Tesla, help or hurt Tesla. So keep an eye on that at 9 o'clock. Those are big things for today. Um, let's see. Do we cover NVIDIA? Not really. Let's go over NVIDIA real quick. I do find that it's going to be difficult for it to really push over our 110 area. If we do get that, you need to be looking for maybe signs of a reversal. But 110 is going to be our first stop for me. That's you need to be watching for that move. If we do start seeing maybe some positive momentum, it's probably going to go to 110 before it rejects, and then 120. We'll find ourselves probably going to 110. We'll probably slide back down, and then we'll look right back for 120 on some type of confirmation or rebound. So keep an eye on that. I don't think that we're going to continue dropping just yet. I think they've got to burn some people, burn some theta before they can continue to let this thing go. We're gonna have dealers data come, end of the day. It'll give us a little bit more insight. We do have a max pain for the end of the week. That's kind of geared up for a pullback on SPY. But so that I think the max pain last week was about 552, and then clearly it dropped. But I think this week it's like 546 or something like that. So wouldn't surprise me see some type of chop. Maybe go retest this area and then come back around that range. So that's it for today. I'm not super thrilled about trading today. So we're gonna look for an A plus setup. If we get the setup, if we don't get the setup, then there may not be any trades done today. So we just got to kind of look at it. I think there's going to be some opportunities to make some money come some of these data releases, and that might be where we look to strike. But other than that, it doesn't really look like a fully a day that's going to be like you gotta come and trade on this day type of deal. So I'm not super excited about it, but there is some opportunities to be had there. So I appreciate every one of y'all that tuned into here. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. While I got a captive audience here, I do want to talk about the Discord real quick. We have our private Discord for our VIP members. You get access to all of our premium chat of some of the best traders around. You also get access to our education. It's a VIP library where you get access to all of our charting programs, our private indicators. There's resources on there, tons of things to be on there. We also have all of our um, uh, trainings archived there, and you're able to go back through and review everything that we've ever done. It gives you the strategies and everything. We got our news feeds here. In addition to that, we also have constantly updated market data, and etc. So take a look at the gains here. People are winning, and you know that we do it step by step here. We give everybody kind of with a plan here. You can see the start and stop loss, or the price target and the stop loss. Good Lord, man, this weekend was rough. I went hunting, and it's been something. So, anyways, that is going to be it for the show today. I do appreciate everybody that came and stopped by. Please, like I said, subscribe, turn your notifications on, and we'll catch you next time.